YouTube. I'm back. With our tier list. I know. How creative is that? And it's Jujutsu Kaisen, so this will clearly get everyone's attention. This will get all the clicks, all of it. Nah, but for real though, I kind of wanted to do this since I just stopped uploading the chapter stuff. Not because, well, no, I kind of got just what's the word? Tired of it. Just the like how the arc was going so far. It's gotten better, but can't say in like full that I want to like sit down and record that again, because like you know how leaks are, like until like things are fully translated and whatever, people are gonna be like, oh, this, that, the third. So it's like But shout out to Callie though. Shout out to Callie. She's still the best. She's still doing her thing. But we got Shinjuku Showdown tier list, right? I'm basing it off of like who's been the MVP. You can see the extremely useful, very useful. I might not use all of these, but barely useful, not useful, useless. They didn't invite you for a reason. I'm gonna start with him. Wait, he's not useless, but he's not combat use, right? I forgot his name. He did the thing with the pudding, and he was able to help Shoko over here with transferring Yuta's brain. Spoilers. You clicked it because you know what was gonna happen. It's gonna be manga stuff. So if you didn't know, now you know. Yeah, Yuta with the whole brain thing. We'll just put those two like that, because his healing thing isn't as like good, so I'm not gonna like put him any higher. He wasn't useless, well, because like he did something, right? Shoko barely useful. I'm keeping a buck. Yes, she transferred a brain and she scooped out her friend's brain, but she doesn't really help in that sense. Like, I'm sorry, Yuta does what she does but better. He can heal himself, he can heal others. So I mean now he can't, right? But you know, it's just one of those things where it just comes out of like how I'm just basing it how I've seen them so far in the series. Go down. Oh, Toto, extremely useful. Holy shit, Toto is like top 3, top 5 in this whole fight. He is that guy. There is no one better than Toto. I'll be real with you. The whole clicker thing, what was it called? I don't know. That became a meme for a lot of characters in the series that like, oh, she's gonna come back looking like this. Yeah, Toto, honestly phenomenal. Like 200 IQ. He's confusing Sukuna of all people, which is crazy. His what's the word? He just relates with Yuji so well in like fighting. Of course, I don't think they actually like, you know how they show. Oh, he calls him his brother. Yeah, no. You healed Nobara. Stop the heat. He wasn't invited. They didn't even ask for him. I'm sorry. I forgot his name too. Damn, what was your Kusakabe? He was somewhat useful. He didn't really like damage Sukuna. He kind of just like poked at him, gave others time. So I mean, you know, maybe he was a somewhat useful. He did what he had to do. He's not on Toto's level. I don't think anyone else on this level is like reaching Toto. Oh, you know what? I mean, maybe, yeah, sure, she's had her crows around. And the little brother, he's like, oh, he is here. They could like swap the stuff, but Okay, she's not useless, but she's not useful in battle. But she was invited. You're useless. I'm sorry. What's your name? Gaku Kanji. If I got that right, props to me. You got to give me props for that. Yeah, he kind of just like did the song thing with Udahime. Where's Udahime? Because they're basically on the same tier. Well, no, she's not useful, but she's kind of useless in battle. So you know what? We'll give him that. Because 200% hollow purple. I don't know how it didn't do as much damage, but it didn't. Sukuna's arms were just like charred off. Not saying it couldn't have done actual damage, but it kind of just felt like, oh, well, what was the point in that giant thing? But, you know, it was for effect, so I get it, right? But I wouldn't say they've been super useful in battle. Like, after, like, the whole 200% hollow purple shoot. After that, you haven't even seen them. They're not prevalent characters. I forgot a lot of these characters' names. Well, the ones that are like, you can tell that they're not useful in this whole thing. You're the one that used Nanami's curse technique thing with the cause you imbued it, right? With the shiesty. I'll call you shiesty guy. Somewhat useful. I mean, he kind of surprised Sukuna with like the whole Nanami thing, which is cool. Gave us some Nanami stuff, but that's kind of about it. He really didn't do much. I mean, he took some hits, and then we have not seen anything else from him. I mean, that's how that goes. My boy Choso, he got he got donated the first round, came back, didn't do much, but sacrificed himself for Yuji, and like that was like, honestly, the sweetest thing. Like, you know, just, you know, him doing the whole big brother bit and realizing his whole truth, like himself as a human, like what Yuki taught him. I'm dreading when I get there, because that's gonna hurt my soul. And Aku, tell me, why did you do that? You know, Chozo, we didn't get to see a lot because like most of his attacks didn't do anything to Sukuna, which unfortunate, because the same thing happened with the Kenjaku fight. Most of his attacks didn't do anything, so that kind of killed his whole like thing. But I think Chozo was very useful. He taught Yuji also had the blood manipulation to like heal himself, to like, you know, so he did do stuff. I can respect Chozo. That's now. I remember when I dropped this video and I said he had the worst chapter. I still think that, well, a chapter that didn't really amount to much. Because like people were like, oh man, the lore, and we have a different character, we don't have to see Sukuna. I get it now. The whole I don't want to see Sukuna thing, like the fighting thing. Sure, I get it, 100%. I get it now. I'm Sukuna tired. I'm tired of seeing him. Well, fight, because that's all it's been for straight. What, 2 years now? He was somewhat useful, I'd say, as he kind of did help in taking down Kenjaku in order for Yuta to then steal the technique. But in the end, didn't he like kind of just die? Like, Kenjaku was like, "Oh man, you were great, you were fun," but like that was about it, which was weird, because like he doesn't get mentioned afterwards. So it's like he was useful in the plan, right? Unfortunately, he had to. I didn't think he had to die. I think that was the stupidest decision that they could have like chosen for him, but they did it. Hikari, useless. He hasn't done anything. I don't care. Hikari stands are going to like probably be knocking on my door, dancing in front of me when he actually does do something. I swear to God, I haven't seen this character in so long. I don't even want to see him. I do not care anymore. He's like worse. He's actually just worse than Yuji. Oh my God. Wow. He is a worse punch kick merchant. And that is it. All he has to his name is that one Twitter account that gave him the animated gift dance. And that's it. That's all Hikari has to his name. So I mean, he's still fighting Yarame too, and we literally know nothing. Everyone else has been coming back to back to back to back, like on some Kendrick dropping songs type shit. Like, it is ridiculous how everyone has been able to bounce back. Yeah, Hikari is like nowhere to be seen, and he's still probably fighting Yarame. God only knows what he's doing. He has actually been the biggest letdown, which is insane. Kiara, that's how you say your name. I mean, she wasn't invited for a reason. I don't think she'll do much. Angel, recent chapter with the whole second to last recent chapter with the whole Jacob's ladder that didn't do anything, right? Because Sukuna just jumped up the rocks and used that as like a ladder or jumping thing. She was invited, but she wasn't useful. She wasn't useful. Like, yeah, Yuta's like guaranteed hit in the domain Jacob's ladder did something, and like, oh, it was the fact that it was gassed up to like, well, I've got a. No one remembers when I copy. Well, they remember when I copy something, but they forget the original, and we were like, oh shit, Angel's about to do it. She's gonna do something. Nope, but then the GOAT Toto shows up, and it's like, no, I have to put him MVP. He's one of the MVPs. Yeah, he's top of MVP. He's actually done too much. He took a black did he take one or two? I think he took one from Sukuna to save Angel. Bro, Toto's broken. Yeah, no. I have to put him as an MVP. The lawyer guy. I forgot your name too. You were barely useful, my guy. Like, your whole thing was an executioner sword, and that chapter was just so flat in the face, because they gassed him up, did nothing, did absolutely nothing. Like, he got reverse curse technique, and that was about it. So what was the point? What was the actual point of him? Because the executioner sword, guess what? Oh, no. It was the judge man. It took away the rattle power. So conveniently, it just took only the rattle. Because it was deemed it was it was a weapon. And yeah, I get weapon in court, but like, really? Okay, I mean, it would have been too easy, sure, but sour taste in my mouth. And then the judgment sword, because he died, it just disappeared. And they didn't do anything. And that was a cliffhanger. I think it was like a 2-week cliffhanger. Kashimo, worthless, useless. Yeah, he beat up an already beat up Sukuna. Yeah, Kashimo fucking stinks. Beat up a Sukuna that couldn't really do much, and then forced him to transform. Ooh, and that got waffled. That is his only contribution. He didn't even wait for the plan, nothing. And then he had the audacity to like press Yuta when he would have gotten his ass beat. Actual dog shit. The fact that he almost lost to Hikari, who also has done nothing, insane. Insane jobbers. I don't even want to put these two next to them, but I will. No, they just weren't useful. Wait, that did the wrong thing. Uh-oh. Down. Okay. Oh, I've butchered it. Oh no. Why does it? Okay. Bam. 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 Okay, no, this was above them. Yeah. I like it like this. This looks better. Kashimo just bottom of the barrel doo-doo ass. I cannot stand him. Maki isn't very useful. She's pierced his heart, fought for him with the bit. Sukuna was like, damn, you gave up sorcery. That's insane. And you gave it all for physical strength. That's cool as fuck. So he acknowledged her. Didn't say her name, but I'd say she's a very useful. Not on the level of what's to come. You know, I'm just gonna we'll put these two right here right now. But Maki definitely did her thing. Unfortunately, she was jobbed right after, which really sucks, and we haven't seen anything of her after. Like what? Like one chapter fight, jobbed. We knew he was gonna get jobbed. You didn't really fight. It was more of a tag team, which I'm not gonna count that against you. You held your own. First actual like physical fight, he did well, so he wasn't jobbed like right after, but we kind of had that feeling, right? Jobber, MIA. Yuki. She was not invited because she's fucking dead. She is fucking dead due to a silly thing. Would she have helped in this fight? Maybe. No, probably not. I don't think she would have helped in this fight. I mean, all she did was hit hard, and then what would have made a black hole if things got bad, and was cut in half, and you know somehow survived. And Yuta, and the only one that didn't was Satoru. But you know we're not gonna get into physics as to why you get cut in half and you live, and then black hole. But it doesn't matter because anti-gravity systems. When that chapter is still like a nightmare in my head. Yeah, I don't think she'd be that useful. She would do what Akari and Yuji pre what Yuji got did, right? Which was punch and kick very hard. Except her punch and kick is very super fucking hard. But that's like all we got to see because guess what? First major fight, jobbed. Like what was the point of it all? Like you hyped up Toto. Look at where Toto is. Look at him. And he hasn't been jobbed once. Thank God. Thank God. Oh my God. Yeah, no, that wow. You were barely or somewhat. Because he did TP. Yeah, he was somewhat useful. He did his thing in like TPing everyone. That okay. So if I just realized if I'm basing it off of the performance of like how they're working and how I said Yuki didn't really like wouldn't help in this fight even though she could, but if she black holes like that's the thing, we don't know anything. She just did 2 things and then died. I mean she had the mythic domain thingy. But that's about it. Which once again just sucks. Chozo did take that furnace attack for Yuji, so like that was extremely useful. I'd say that. I think I'll leave Maki in that spot because half of the time when Maki should have shown up, she didn't, which was weird. And even when she did stab him, he had his heart pumping with curse energy, which I mean I guess. The first time he did it, like when he ripped out Yuji's heart, granted it was a different body, but I guess he was moving off curse energy. Like the little things that like you just pick off and then you just realize, like she was useful, but not at that level. Like she didn't get to do anything else, which sucks. It sucks. Not on these two's level though. They're bottom barrel. Well then cause. Well, first of all, I don't even know who she's healed. Like, we haven't seen anyone that that has come back that has been healed, which is why I don't even want to like put her any higher. No, he was. See, but like this makes me think like not useful would be Well, no. Barely useful, not useful. Yeah, okay. Now, motherfuck the big three. It's just these three. Now, I know I can't disrespect Total like that, but he's not physically hurting Sukuna, but his technique is extremely useful. Yep, that's how I'm gonna put it. Yep. I know a lot of you are like, wow, or like, oh thank God, you know. There is no debate. There's no doubt in my mind. Gojo is number 1 for the MVP slot. Don't worry, there's more MVPs to come, right? MVP for doing the most damage, did all this crazy shit, had us hyped. He's the reason why we wanted to see this fight. And then we saw that ending and yada yada yada, right? Whatever. Beyond it, I'm past it. Gojo's coming back because flower yada yada. No. It's fine. It's fine. Yuta's got that body now, which is really weird but cool, I guess. Yeah, I'd say he's easily like top of the MVP. Without him, they wouldn't have known shit. They wouldn't have been able to do shit. Granted, it also gave Sukuna a new technique and yada yada yada, but he destroyed 10 shadows and all this stuff, right? It just, my glorious king, right? He did what he had to do, despite fighting Gege, Agutami, and Sukuna at the same time. Yeah, no, it just, who else can you say did what he did? Oh my God, what's that? It's Yuji. Yep, Yuji taking in number 2 at the MVP slot. Wait, yeah, no, well, I'm not really like putting it as slot. Well, he's taking number 1 slot. Yuji and Yuta are about to fight for 2. I'm just gonna put them right here, right now, right? I'll break it down for one by one. Yuji, the blood thing hasn't really been useful this whole fight, but he's got reverse character technique of his own, which has been coming in clutch. He's got dismantle and cleave. That's one thing, right? So, and he's already been he's cooking with it. He's got the domain amplification thing. He's got a domain expansion, which not sure if it was his actual domain or what, because he kind of just like talked to Sukuna, which like, I'm gonna say it, that was one of the best chapters JJK had in a while, because it just took away from the fighting and just, I know, I said this already with the comedian guy, but hear me out. It's so focused on the 2 characters without needing there to be like a fight. Just for once, a talk. Just 2 characters. Two of these characters have like, pause. Sukuna has been inside Yuji, right? And like vice versa. They have had a back and forth. It is his uncle and, you know, nephew, right? And it just felt so refreshing, you know. Clearly one of the better chapters. And Yuji has been going non-stop. Black Flash, Black Flash, Black Flash, Black Flash, Black Flash. Insane, right? So, I mean, and not to mention him trying to wake up Fushi Girl. The thing, they're lucky Megumi is not on this fucking list, because I would have fucking slandered him. That moment when, I get it. I get Megumi why he didn't want to wake up. I get it. But at the same time, if he's able to see what has been happening to everyone, and yet you still chose this idea of fuck you all, or like, you know, just I don't feel like fighting anymore. I get it, but you know, given the situation, and right after the senpai that he loves so much, Yuta, not in that way, but like respects, but you know, he gets cut in half right after, mind you. So that's another body on Megumi's mind, right? Like, understand that I get he's been like drowned in the darkness of the whatever, right? But he's clearly still able to like say something or like form words, despite him almost being a vegetable. But yeah, no, Yuji has been like absolutely just hammering away, which he has my respect. He is the like, he is going undeniably like as hard as Gojo did, which is insane to me. Props to Yuji. Like, I don't think anyone on like after these 3, the big 3, I don't think anyone is topping them. I could be wrong, given that there are more chapters to come, but trust me, I now Yuta. Let's talk about Yuta. Ah, sweet, sweet cursed child. Bro showed up, domain expansion. He did it all. Him and Yuji were beating the fuck out of Sukuna in that domain. Oh my god. It was just the tag team of just them all. JJK Zero's pro tag and then the main protagonist of JJK. It was just beautiful. It was just one of those things where, like, you know, like in Trails, you see Rin and Lloyd show up together or help each other, Estelle, Lloyd. You know, like, it's just one of those things where you see the two main characters from the beginning or, like, you know, of the series just work together, and it's just one of those things that's so fucking cool and awesome. Gege did it right. Oh man. You know, Yuta biggest help in this fight. I mean, he was going relentless. He was trying to fight Sukuna. He copied Cleave because he did eat the last finger, which was insane. Or had a Rika eat it, right? A Kenjaku's head. Rika did too once again. And then trying to think what else. No, because it was just a fight in the domain. Yuta gets slashed and he's still like holding on to dear life because that slash did a number on him, and then we get the switch where he's in Gojo's body. Now a lot of people were criticizing Yuta, saying, oh man, he didn't do anything wrong, or like, oh man, they're hollow purple. I think you understand. Yuta's strength isn't like Gojo's, where Gojo could do it all alone. The whole point of him was that he had others helping him. I know that sounds cheesy, but you gotta understand. He used Inumaki as a way of like stopping Sukuna, because once again, it's like where I said the angel situation where he had the Jacob's ladder, but Sukuna just completely forgot about Angel existing and he was about to get hit by that. But he was hit with the voice recorder from Inumaki, and despite Inumaki probably losing the ability to speak, who knows? Bro lost an arm and maybe the ability to speak, but he managed to stop Sukuna, shoot a hollow purple. Now, yes, he wasn't used to fighting in Gojo's body because, you know, mind you, this is the first time he's ever been in a body that isn't his own, which is already insane enough, and he's doing the best he can in under the 5-minute timer. And I can't like hate on the fact, because like he's doing more than what half of the bottom row is doing. I know healer shouldn't really be like, okay, you know, shouldn't be criticized, but of the fighters, he's doing way more. So let me just put that out there. He's done the most, and being able to like, or having to be in a new body, your teacher's own body, and having to like learn the techniques on the fly, learn how to use infinity, do this, do that, do this, the third, and get used to it. That's a lot. Now, yes, he is granted after the domain thing. He just, you know, he's kind of just lying there, because I don't think he'll die. I'm just gonna go off on a little tangent here. I don't think he'll die. Maybe. But he does have a... He's gonna have to like pump that reverse curse technique or something, because we still don't know how Kenjaku's technique works. So, yeah. I think this list is fairly fair. Biased aside, right? Like, I definitely have to like think for some of these. Would I change anything else in this? Cause like something tells me I want to put Shoko in somewhat useful, because she did reattach a dead body and then scoop the brain out like ice cream. So I mean, she was somewhat useful. Okay, you know, you know what? I'll put her in somewhat useful. I don't think anyone else is like to have to reach Maki's level of like very useful. You'd have to actually have had some impact. Now I know I said Maki's whole thing was she kind of missed out on that stuff. I still think she did a lot, or what she could, given that Gege is writing this and for some reason has a thing against women. I don't know what it is. God bless you, Yuki. But yeah, no, I think this is a fair enough list. That's been JJK for me. Will I ever do another JJK related thing? Who knows? Maybe when the series ends, I'll maybe talk about it. But yeah, it's been it for me.